Nasser Bouhanni's lead-out gone 300 meters from the line. The Frenchman was close to clinch a second success this season after a Tour of Andalusia Stage 2. Winner of a Paris-Nice stage in 2013 and 2014, the Cofidis sprinter missed taking one today. Struggling with two rivals in the finish, Bouhanni was disqualified for not keeping his line straight. Michael Matthews took a second Paris-Nice success this year. The Australian therefore secured his yellow jersey. Today, the longest stage of the Paris-Nice took the bunch from Contres to Commentry. The 213-kilometer course goes from the Loire castles towards the coal mining town of Commentry near Montluçon, home of Florian Vachon of Team Fortunéo. It's not the hardest one of the week, more of a transition stage. The average speed was not very high in the first hours of racing. The first 100 kilometers showed some riders were preserving their forces for the finale. Four men, however, managed to break off in the first kilometer: France's Anthony de la Place of Fortunéo Vital Concept, Lithuania's Evaldas Siskevicius of Team Delco Marseille Provence, Austria's Matthias Brandl of EM Cycling, and Ethiopia's champion of Lampre Merida, Sagbu Girmay. The four breakaway riders increased their gap up to 10 minutes before the main field progressively narrowed it due to the efforts produced by Tom Bunnen's Ethics and the yellow jersey team ORICA GREENEDGE. 50 kilometers from the arrival, the leading group passed the Col d'Estivaray summit on their own. Anthony de la Place was in the front. The peloton crossed the top of the ascent 2 minutes 40 seconds behind. A few kilometers further, the gap narrowed to 1 minute between the leaders and the pack, and due to the succession of bumps, Girmay was dropped by his escape partners. The Ethiopian was soon swallowed by the pack. There were 27 kilometers to go. At the first pass on the finish line, 18 kilometers before the actual finish, the three front runners were still 30 seconds clear. In the bunch, the FDJ have positioned their leader, Arnaud Desmar, in the front for what they hope could be a second consecutive win. 10 kilometers from the line, the bunch was complete, and the winding finish allowed three men to take their chance. Bouhanni had to resist Matthews and Bonifacio, Trek Segafredo's Italian. He did so, but not without pushing out Matthews in the barriers. As a consequence, the Frenchman was disqualified. Therefore, it was a second win for the Australian, overall leader ahead of Bonifacio. Bouhanni was in third with the same time.
I probably would have came around him anyway. As you could see, I had a lot of speed when I was coming past, so it would have been a win either way. But yeah, it's definitely amazing to get another stage win. It's two out of three now, so yeah, definitely very happy.
New Australian success on this Paris-Nice. Bouhanni crossed the line first, but he was disqualified. A second later came the rest of the main field, with Alexander Christophe ahead of Arnaud Desmar. At the GC, Matthews increases his advantage over Dumoulin, his closest pursuer. His lead is now 14 seconds over the Dutchman and 19 over the rest of the top five. The conditions will change tomorrow on the Paris-Nice roads, so the yellow jersey might change too. After a stage for sprinters, this one should please the rulers and punchers of the paceline. There will be room for a long breakaway on this hilly course over 168 kilometers to Montbrouilly. Especially if the pack arrive regrouped, there should be a serious fight in the final ascent. Coming 3 kilometers to the finish line with an average 8% gradient, the riders will have to be strong, as they'll face the 10% of the last kilometer.